This is prayer appointment with God on the altar of possibilities. Hallelujah. Today, the topic of our prayer concerns with bondage. Of course, you don't want to live in bondage. I don't want to live in bondage. Nobody wants to live in bondage because according to the Bible, bondage is characterized by bitterness. Exodus chapter 1 verse 13 and 14 speaks of the bitter and horrible experience that the children of Israel were subjected to by reason of bondage. God said to Moses in Exodus chapter 3 verse 7 and 9, I have seen the afflictions of my people which are in Egypt. I have heard their cry by the reason of the taskmasters. Verse 9 says, behold, the cry of the people of Israel, of the children of Israel, is come unto me. I have seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Hallelujah. The above passages of the Bible gives us an insight, gives us a clear insight about the fact that bondage is characterized by pains, sorrow, afflictions, and torment. Hallelujah. The children of Israel were badly oppressed, tormented, and afflicted, so much that it affected their mental attitude, so much that their sense of priesthood and royal orientation disappeared in their minds, so much that their status as peculiar people, as peculiar nations, disappeared in their minds. They were so oppressed, so much that they lost their sense of priesthood. Hallelujah. That's why they said to Moses, you will have left us in Egypt to continue as servants than bringing us into desert to die disgracefully. But the truth of the matter is, God never told Moses to bring them out of Egypt to die disgracefully in desert. Rather, they were heading to the place of victory. They were heading to the land of promise. Hallelujah. All the nonsense they ever said to Moses, from my point of view, was not their fault, but a function of the negative impact that bondage has made on their minds. Bondage had so changed their royal mentality and orientation to that of a servant, and they saw themselves that way. Hallelujah. Bondage is one thing that takes away your future and replaces it with failure, takes away your tomorrow and replace it with yesterday. In other words,